The day the sun decided not to wake up by Ronald. Every day the sun woke up before most people. It was his job and his duty to get out of bed, clean his teeth, stretch his limbs, put on a smile, and light up the world. No matter how tired he felt in waking up, he got out of bed, cleaned his teeth, stretched his limbs, and then put on a smile and lit up the world. He made it easier for everyone to wake up and began their daily routines. Farmers milked their cows and then went to work in the fields, and the cows were happy. Factory workers went to their machines, and the machines were happy. Children ate their breakfast and then went to school to learn and play, and their mothers were happy. But they all took the sun waking up for granted. One day, the sun decided that he did not want to be taken for granted anymore. "I will test them," he said. And so he did not get out of bed and clean his teeth and stretch his limbs and put on a smile. He stayed in bed where it was nice and warm. What a mess that created! Farmers did not milk their cows. The cows mooed because of their discomfort. Factory workers did not go to their machines, and the machines stayed silent and unhappy. And children ate their breakfast, but did not go to school to learn and play, and they stayed home to bother their mothers. And everyone asked, "What happened? We don't like being in the dark all day." The sun was happy, but not really. The evening, the sun decided not to wake up. The moon woke up as usual. He did not particularly like the night shift, but no one wanted him around during the day, so he had no choice. On this particular day, however, he had not anticipated the huge welcome he would receive. People came running out of their homes to greet him and immediately started planning street parties. The moon was very happy indeed. "Don't leave us in the morning," they called. He then heard the story of the sun not waking up that day. "Aha," he thought. "Maybe there's an opportunity for me to switch to a day shift." The stars heard about the commotion. "Go for it, Mr. Moon. The sun deserves some competition." "But I'm a wimp compared to the sun," thought the moon. "He is so strong and powerful and wakes up the farmers so that they can milk the cows and wakes up the factory workers so that they can operate their machines and then make them happy, and steers the children to have their breakfast and then go off to school. I could never do all that." "Wrong," said the leader of the stars. "Give the sun a run for his money. He has had it his way for too long." "Okay," thought the moon. As night was coming to an end, instead of crawling into his bed, he stretched his limbs, worked up some courage, and thought, "Okay, here goes." The morning after the sun decided not to wake up, the moon went home to take a quick shower, then flexed his muscle to tackle the daytime shift. Little did he realize how much strength was required to warm the earth. He pushed and smiled as much as he could, but the earth did not warm. The farmers saw the light in the sky, but were sad that their cows were not producing milk. Factory workers recognized daylight, but were not inspired to go to work to operate their machines. Children had no appetite for breakfast and did not want to go to school. Something was wrong, and no matter how hard the moon tried, He could not match the sun's strength. By midday, the moon was exhausted. He wanted to sleep. He was hot and sweaty, and the earth was dim and cool. He has failed. He was not happy. "What are we going to do?" asked the farmers. "Something is wrong," said the factory workers. "Do we ever need to go to school again?" asked children. The sun watched out of one eye, lying in bed, and was happy. But not really. "Maybe I can help the situation," he thought, and he raised himself from his bed, took a long, lazy shower, and then asked the moon, "Enough? Do you want me to take over?" The moon reluctantly acknowledged the limit of his strength and the loss of his popularity. "Yes, please," he said, happy to be relieved of this daytime responsibility. "Let me stick to the night shift that I know so well," he said. And the sun took over. He rose and sent his warmth to the earth. The cows immediately mooed to be milked. Farmers were happy. Factory workers at once set off to operate their machines and were happy. Children